Alright, I'm so frustrated because I put up the best video ever of all time with so much information and it went like just over my time limit, so they won't put it up, so stink. I don't even know if I can recreate all that, mojo going on. But here's the deal. I know there are a lot of new readers. I know that there are people who have it, who are, anytime, if you have started reading this blog anytime in the last year, you probably think I am, cuckoo for coconuts when I talk about my weight. And I just want to clear up a lot of stuff. If you haven't gone back and read everything, or even if you have, I think that if you weren't in the moment, you might not realize what's going on for me. But here, I just want to clear up a lot of issues. Here's the thing. I do not think that I'm fat. I don't think I'm overweight. I don't think any of that. As of, today, I don't want to lose a single pound. I'm in my weight range, all that. But I am not someone who spent their adult life looking like this. I have never looked like this before. I've never weighed this weight. Well, I'm sure at some point in the growth period of my life I did, but I never, was this weight as a teenager or an adult or anything. I weigh, like 10 pounds less than I ever weighed at my thinnest as an adult, and that would have been like a fleeting moment in time, you know what I'm saying, like from some kind of extreme dieting or whatever. And I weigh about 15 to 20 pounds less than I weighed as an average, everyday life person. And even at that weight, which was normal to me, and if you saw me, you would think I was just a normal, regular old mom. You wouldn't think one thing or the other. No one would think that I was fat, But if you saw a picture of me then and you saw a picture of me now, then you would see like what a massive difference it is for me, that amount of weight on this body. In fact, if you're reading my blog and you go over to Progression Shots, you will see pictures of me, and that whole span is only 20 pounds. So you will see how dramatically I carry weight. I mean, it's surprising. I'll say that. So anyway, the point of all of this is that I got pregnant once with kid, and I gained 42 pounds. And I wasn't at my thinnest before I got pregnant, like a lot of people. And I was blissfully unaware that I wouldn't just lose the weight. Well, some people do, and if you've known those people and then you're not one of them, it's shocking. And so I did not lose the weight. What time am I at here? Right, okay. I did not lose the weight right away. In fact, I actually put on some weight after having her. You lose whatever weight you lose in the, delivery and whatnot. And then I actually gained weight because I was just so enamored with being a mom and all that, and I just didn't think about it. And it was kind of a nice time for me in that I was so caught up with something else. I just enjoyed eating and everything. And then later I realized, I've kind of let myself go. So I started calorie counting, lost the weight, whatever. And then I was, back in my normal adult range, within, a 10-pound range, depending on how I was feeling, what I was doing. And then I got pregnant with baby, and I gained 52 pounds. And, I was so big that, and I wasn't at my thinnest when I got pregnant with her either, that, people would be like, oh no, sweetheart, you're having twins. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm not having twins. Like, I've seen the ultrasounds, no, I was huge. And so after that, my goal was just like, please let me just lose some of this weight, like some of it. And things clicked for me, and I was able to lose all of the weight and more, continuing until I got to this weight range, which I did through calorie counting and exercise, and then, and now I have maintained this weight for a year. And this is, like I said, the lowest weight I've ever been. I never thought I could weigh this. I will say, like, if people haven't seen me in a year, they're usually quite surprised. And when I went to the doctor for my year checkup after having baby, they were blown away and, like, ecstatic that it was, like, so much of a healthier, clearly healthier body, for me to be in than what I had been doing. I also want to say that, I don't know if I said this already, but I do want to clear it up, that if I complain about my stomach, it's not because I think I'm fat, people. I will say that, like, right before the accident I just had, Kid and I were on TV on the news, and I'm just going to say, like, you know, even that, like, after the holidays, I could see myself on TV, and I actually said to Mr. F, like, there's no person who would ever think that I wasn't anything but thin. You know, like, I get it, I see it, I acknowledge it. Like, I don't think I'm fat. When I talk about my weight, I'm really talking about my struggles to stay in my maintenance range, which is much harder than I ever anticipated. And the fact that I have reached a level that is so much more comfortable for me. I also, you know, suffer from chronic pain. I have rheumatoid arthritis. And honestly, at this weight, I have zero pain. There is like this weird weight barrier for that. Who knew? And I mean, that takes exercise to maintain it. But anyway, when I complain about my stomach, I'm not complaining about my weight. I'm complaining about the fact that I have excess skin. That because I got so big with my pregnancies and I have no collagen and I have stretch marks up to here, the skin hangs. And if you've ever seen somebody who lost a lot of weight and they have to have their skin removed, or you know, if you ever saw Kate's stomach on Kate Mosaic before she had her tummy tuck, you get the picture. I'm thin, I'm small, but I've got extra skin. And the problem is, like, you can't really tell I got clothes on, but like, I can't really firm this up. And when you get to a point of fitness and exercise and you're working so hard, I mean, it is frustrating to not be able to fix everything. And the problem is below the belt. I have hanging skin, and my goal for myself, for my self-esteem and everything, is that if I can maintain my weight for 2 years, that, you know, maybe I'd be able to get that skin removed, because I'm young and I don't think I need to live my whole life feeling bad about something that can be changed. At the same time, I do want to be clear that that is what I'm talking about. And if you don't have excess skin or stretch marks, there's just no way to know how you would feel or not feel if you had that. I will say, for me, it is really extremely depressing, and I am embarrassed of it. I don't even like to show Mr. F. I don't even like to show myself. Like, I don't even look in the mirror if I have to take a shower. I mean, I can be so proud of myself for everything else I've done, and like, I don't want to look at the front. You know what I mean? And so that's hard, and that's just something like, can you learn to love it? I don't think I can learn to love it, folks. Like, you would have to have it to know. And if you look at pictures of anybody, I mean, dude, it's ugly. You know, like, you know, it's just unfortunate. It happens. It happened to me, and I got to move on. But that's what I'm usually talking about. Not that I think my stomach is fat. I am not deluded about that. It is not. You know, it is the skin. Now, when I put weight on, you know, within this range, the first place it goes is there, and because I can't really firm it, that is, you know, like, it shows more in my stomach than anywhere else. Done, done, done. Next thing. But here's the deal. Here's what I really wanted to talk about, was that I was thinking about all this stuff. I've been thinking about weight. My mom was here. That usually makes me think about it. And the reason why I never weighed this before is clearly, I mean, is emotional, you know, for me. And the reason why I weigh it now is because I have done so much work on myself. The reason I was finally able to reach this is not because I finally got how to exercise and diet. It's because I've been in therapy for 17 years leading up to this. And it took me that long to get to the point where I was finally happier with myself and able to stop sabotaging myself on many levels. And my blog kind of does go through a lot of that outwardly, where, like, you know, I start meal planning instead of being so chaotic. I start, you know, that wasn't diet related, like being able to organize, being able to maintain my house better, being able to commit to working out. All those things kind of came into play as my life kind of got to a better place for me. But I didn't do it alone, you know, and it did take a long time. And, you know, I just want to be clear that, like, I didn't have an easy growing up. I didn't have a fairy tale life. I had a difficult life, I think, by anybody's standards. And I was just thinking the other day, I was just remembering that, like, I, as a child, used to eat until I was in physical pain. Fortunately for me, I don't have the genetics for obesity. Otherwise, I would have been obese, dudes. I would have been. I mean, like, fortunately for me, that just meant being 15 pounds heavier than normal, because I actually have, you know, pretty thin genetics. But that doesn't mean that I didn't have that problem and that I wasn't always, I mean, I will say, like, I have been successful in a lot of areas of my life. I have a lot of self-esteem and confidence about a lot of areas of my life. But growing up, I did not get the love and attention I needed. I didn't. And I don't think anyone denies that. And I internalized that and felt unloved and felt unlovable, for sure, and the way in which I have acted that out on myself, that I am not deserving of complete happiness, is by keeping myself back through my weight. Also, through my organization and house maintenance and whatnot. So those are some of those things, and getting to this point was like the perfect storm of being able to finally do it. I don't think I got to everything, but that was most of my point, I'm pretty sure, and I will write up the rest later.